did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means no. Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we've heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was a murderer in DL6 incident. He's going to tell him he killed his own dad.
Uh-oh, what do I do? I don't want to leave it to Edgeworth. I'm gonna object. The judgment has already passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. Must hear this new statement. Must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. I have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream, a nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? In the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. But I'm going to point this way and not at myself because we don't have that many, things. It's fine. Order. This certainly is unexpected. The defendant cleared innocent is confessing to a different crime, a crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure I should deal with this. It's obvious. We hold a trial, right here, right now. Try this man for a crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate court of action to take. Court is adjourned. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort.
Miss Edgeworth, I don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad.
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
Murder is different than self-defense. It is noticeably different. And, oh, sweet baby Jesus. This is crazy. It's crazy. Nick, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case for what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted it. Confess that did it in court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. This real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right.
Let's boogie on back in.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth admitted to his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on a DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. Sir, you just admitted that you fucking, are, fucking up shit. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Oh my gosh, I think I know why. Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. And testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work.
Please, please.
Okay. Observed father's trial. Earthquake trapped us in the elevator. They were arguing. Something fell heavy at my feet. Picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did a single gunshot and a scream. It was a terrible scream. Okay. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. Same claim Mr. Yogi had made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please? Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Hold on, let me look and see what we have. So we have... I want to look at this. Here's the thing. Okay. None of this has anything to do with anything. Okay. Pistol, assumed it was a Bayless. Safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. You picked it up. Okay. I'm gonna press this. Gun fired once. Yes, I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. The gunshot and a horrible scream. The scream. Oh, there it is. One part clearly contradicts, but I don't know what it means. I better find out and quick. Okay. Come on, Miles. This is what it is. So, DL6 case file. Just constantly. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you could tell us what page it's on. Page contradicts his testimony. Look at the victim file dead on this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. Might have been fired the day before the incident. There's no proof that the second shot had anything to do with the incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? I'm gonna say yeah. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you the proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. You have evidence. Huh, hold on. Did I fuck up? I'm not sure. Okay. I think it's this. Look at this. God, can we stop saying look at this photograph? This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? Yes, Your Honor, please get a clue. Because there's no way he would have been able to make this shot, right? Like, there's no way an accidental shooting would do that. That should be obvious. The contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet, there was also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Mr. Gregory's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang down. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. On page 1, look what's written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. It does have a point. That second bullet was never found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one that fired by his own son. That is the truth in this matter, the whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in the door. What the fuck makes a bullet hole? Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It's highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection?
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
Looks like I was wrong.
Nick!
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No! But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent.
I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who had fired the killing shot. Now, it was wrong to think that it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick.
Well, then, seems we finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. The shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth, precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. You have any objections? No. No, I do not. So, you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did.
Oh no. He's accepted a guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth run out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. So many things I should know I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. So, right? Hold on.
We really don't have anything.
Every lead I've been through has been squashed. This really is the end. Edgeworth, I'm sorry. I closed my eyes. What was it I've been doing all this time? Was it my whole life leading up to today? Now that I'm here, I know I've failed. Mia, I'm sorry. No. Not yet. Huh? Maya.
What?
Object.
Your only weapon. Are you okay, Nick?
What's happening to me? I have to think. Wait, don't think. Act. Your Honor. I object.
He finger waggles. God damn it.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object,
Nick.
I don't know. His case is perfect.
Oh no. It must exist. The second bullet.
What? What did you just say?
Nothing.
The second bullet must exist? But where?
Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed.
What? We've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet, but why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a straight bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet?
Okay. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Murderer had no reason to take the bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it.
Had to take it. Murderer? What does that mean?
You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but, the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to? Mr. Wright, what do you mean?
Well, for instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? I mean, it's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer himself was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes.
There's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean
the murderer came from outside, yes.
Two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. The murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There's no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy.
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that. That was the first and last vacation he took.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean...
It could only mean one thing.
He was the murderer in the DL6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma.
Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? There is a part of me... Okay, no, we say it now. Your Honor, there is a suspect, one lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. But what? Von Karma. Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal from my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I might have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. Probably didn't undergo surgery. I believe a doctor is a witness. Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane!
No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?